Every time you start a new anti-gravity project, you're starting from scratch. Re-explaining your stack, your preferences, your standards. Agent skills fix that. They're brand new, and most people haven't figured out how powerful they are yet. This is what I built using just two skills, a front-end design skill and a hero image generation skill. Load them once, anti-gravity picks them up automatically, and they work on every project from here. My name is Ben. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use skills inside anti-gravity, how to set them up, and how to build your own. Let's go. The nice thing with agent skills and anti-gravity is you don't have to call them. It figures out when to use them based on your prompt. You just load them into the special folder and forget about it. If I give it the prompt, build a landing page for recharge landscaping, and then just give it some requirements. One of the very first things it does is explore my skill. You can see it here to analyze skill.md, which is my front-end design markdown file. And the reason it loaded that skill is because I have it in that special folder, which is .agent/skills. When anti-gravity starts, it reads the descriptions of each skill in that folder. In this case, it reads this description of my front-end design skill. And based on my prompt, it decided that this one was relevant. In terms of where anti-gravity reads skills from, there's two options. You can use the option I chose here, which is to put it in your workspace-specific folder in the .agent/skills folder. In that case, it's only going to be available for that specific workspace or that project. You can also put it in your global folder. This is right at the root level of Gemini Antigravity. In this case, it'll apply to every project you create in Antigravity on your computer. My recommendation is start at the workspace specific level, dial it in, and then you can promote it to global when you're really happy with the output of that skill. This front-end design skill is actually based on one from Claude Code. That's the other nice thing. Claude Code skills work in anti-gravity, the same format. So there's tons of community skills you can just drop in here. In terms of what a skill is, it's really just a markdown file with instructions. Those instructions could just be text like this case, but they could also be scripts that the agent can run repeatably. You can really think of them as reusable knowledge that the agent follows every single time, giving code output that's very repeatable. In this one, for example, you have some of the key parts that are around typography, and inside your skills, you can actually reference other markdown files which give more information. So in this case, they can actually link to a topography reference for scales, pairing, and loading strategies. So you click on that, it brings us over to this reference material with more details. You make these skills actually quite complex and really fine-tune them to exactly what you want them to do. Anti-Gravity's put an item in my inbox saying my implementation plan is ready. And as the saying goes, a little bit of planning goes a long way. I always start in planning mode. We can see right here, it actually used my front-end design skill and referenced it right in the plan. I can also see when some of the design choices it made, like the aesthetic, and even down here, the design philosophy, it used that front-end scale really well. One thing I see people get wrong is they run planning mode, but then they just accept whatever it spits out. Spend time here. Like, read the whole thing. This is your chance to build a solid foundation before any code gets written. Like in this case, it's recommending Vercel for my deployment, but I'm going to say deploy to DigitalOcean, and I'll usually iterate through multiple rounds of comments before I'm happy with the implementation plan. I'm going to proceed with the implementation plan and actually build this thing. This is the website Antigravity built for me, and I kind of like it. I can tell right away it's used that front-end design skill. Now just a bit more visual interest than you would get if you just did it without that skill. That part's great. It also gives me the start of an admin dashboard where I can see the customers' requests that are coming in, if they're requesting a quote or something like that. One thing I don't love about it though is this hero image in the background. It's too dark. I can't really see what it is. And I find a nice hero image really makes the website. Another great feature of Antigravity is that it integrates with Nano Pro to create these really nice images and automatically add them to your website. Let's jump back into Antigravity. I'm going to create a new skill that's going to leverage that Nano Pro integration, give us a really nice hero image, and then we can use that skill in the future for hero images on all our websites. I've created a new folder in my project under .agent/skills, and it's called Hero Generator. And inside that folder, I created a file called skill.md, a markdown file. It's just empty for now. Now if I paste in my skill, and the important thing at the top of your skill, it has to be in this format where you give it the name and then the description. This description is really important because this is what the model is going to read to determine if the skill is applicable to the current request or prompt. And I find the easiest way to make a new skill from the start is just to use AI to help you. So in this case, I just used Gemini and just told it what kind of skill I wanted and told it I wanted it in the skill format. And it knew exactly how to structure it. It gave me a good starting point. Then some of the important things in this skill is the generate image command. This is how Antigravity internally calls when it wants to create an image. I'm going to use this tool called generate image. So what we're saying here is we want it to use that with the Nano Pro model, the Gemini 3 Pro. We also give it some rules that are really going to enhance our hero image. Like we're going to use the rule of thirds. This is going to ensure that the main subject is offset to allow for text overlay on the left or the right. And then here's describing a 6-component formula. that expands their prompt to give them the perfect kind of hero image. There's a little bit of trial and error here. So you're going to create this skill, save it, try to generate an image, see what you like, see what you don't like, go back, refine the skill until you get consistent, repeatable artifacts that you really like. Now let me open up Agent Manager again, start a new conversation. Let's ask for that new hero image. And again, now it's found the markdown. So this is the right one for creating the hero image. So that's great. It's found the right skill to use. Now it's using that generate image command to actually generate my hero image. But use this skill and add it to the website. And this is what it came back with. I like this much better. A much more interesting hero banner. At this point, I have a good sense of what this skill will give us as output. Now it's time to refine it. Like in this case, I'd actually want more of a human in the picture. Just having the power tools isn't exactly what I want. Let's hop back into Antigravity. I'll show you how you can refine skills. And that's the nice thing about having your skills in your local project. You can just simply drag them into the AI window. We'll switch from planning mode to fast. And then I'm just going to say, I want my hero images to have a human present. Update the skill to add that requirement for the hero images. And now to add that change for me. Always include a visible human subject in the composition. I like this one way better. This is my kind of mowing. That skill update did a great job. This looks much better to me. This website and application is starting to really come together. It's starting to look good. So at this point, I really want to deploy it somewhere where I can share it with other people and get their opinion. I want to do that using DigitalOcean's app platform. You're probably thinking you could write a deployment skill to do that, right? And you definitely can, and I'll show you some resources to help you do that. But not everything needs a skill. If it's something that's like a one-liner or Antigravity already knows how to do it, just prompt it. I'm just going to ask Antigravity, give me step-by-step instructions on how to deploy to DigitalOcean's app platform. Then Antigravity comes back with a really good step-by-step instructions of not only the process, but also telling you how the process works. Saying that the app platform connects directly to your repository in GitHub and redeploys automatically whenever you push to your branch. And then it gives you all the steps you need to know to set that up, including what plan you can select to get started. For DigitalOcean's app platform, you don't really need a skill to get started and securely deploy your applications to DigitalOcean. If you want to get more advanced though, you should definitely check out the DigitalOcean Labs GitHub. It's got some great resources on here. It has an MCP server, for example, that you can check out. If you scroll down here, it does have some app platform skills, which has some really good detailed instructions, scripts, commands that Antigravity could use to really dial in a professional, secure deployment pipeline. So as your projects get more complex and get bigger, definitely check out the skills for DigitalOcean. One warning though when using skills inside Antigravity is don't just blindly download a skill from the internet. A skill is really just a collection of instructions. So if a bad actor puts a malicious script inside of a skill, it can do some damage. So stick to trusted sources and make sure you read them yourself. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go build something awesome.